What if I told you the shortest war in human history didn't last a week, or even a day? It lasted just 38 minutes. A war so quick, you could finish your morning coffee before it was over. This is the story of the Anglo-Zanzibar War of 1896, a bizarre colonial clash between a mighty empire and a small East African sultanate. Let's unfold the timeline. Setting the stage. It was the height of the British Empire. In the late 19th century, Britain held power over key regions across the globe, and East Africa was no exception. Zanzibar, a wealthy island off the coast of modern-day Tanzania, was officially independent. But in practice, it was under strong British influence, especially when it came to choosing who ruled the throne. Zanzibar was important, strategically placed for trade, especially spices, ivory, and, sadly, the remnants of the slave trade. Britain wanted stability and control in the region. 1:15, the Sultan dies. On August 25, 1896, the pro-British Sultan Hamad bin Thuwani died suddenly, some say mysteriously. Within hours, his cousin, Khalid bin Bargash, declared himself the new sultan without British approval. Now, this was a big problem for the British. They had already chosen their preferred successor, Hamad bin Mohammed, someone loyal to their interests. So, when Khalid took the throne, the British gave him an ultimatum: step down or face consequences. 2 o'clock. The ultimatum. The British issued a formal message to Khalid: "You have until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning to leave the palace and renounce your claim, or we will act militarily." Khalid refused. Instead of stepping down, he barricaded himself inside the palace, gathered nearly 3,000 men, fortified his position with cannons, and even positioned his royal yacht for defense. He was preparing for war against one of the most powerful empires on earth. 2:45 cents. The British prepare. Meanwhile, the British assembled their own forces. They positioned 5 warships in the harbor: HMS St. George, HMS Philomel, HMS Raccoon, HMS Thrush, and HMS Sparrow. On land, they had a few hundred Marines and loyal Zanzibari soldiers. Compared to Khalid's forces, the British were outnumbered. But they had one overwhelming advantage: firepower. By the next morning, August 27th, everything was in place. The clock was ticking. 3:30, the shortest war begins. At exactly 9:02 a.m., when the ultimatum expired, the British opened fire. Cannonballs slammed into the palace. Within minutes, the building was engulfed in flames. Zanzibar's artillery returned fire, but it was weak and mostly ineffective. The royal yacht HHS Glasgow tried to fight back, but it was sunk almost immediately. By 9:40, the aftermath. The war had lasted only 38 minutes, and Zanzibar had surrendered. Around 500 Zanzibari troops were killed or wounded. On the British side, only one sailor was injured. The British quickly installed their chosen sultan, Hamad bin Mohammed, and Zanzibar remained under strong British control until it became a protectorate and eventually gained independence in the 1960s. As for Khalid, he lived in exile for years and never returned to power. 5:15. Why it mattered. You might ask, why does this war matter if it was over so quickly? Because this wasn't just a 38-minute skirmish. It was a clear display of imperial dominance. It showed how colonial powers could dictate leadership, redraw borders, and crush resistance in a matter of minutes. It also revealed how fragile sovereignty really was under colonial rule. In just over half an hour, a nation's leadership was changed, a palace destroyed, and a warning delivered to any future challengers. 5:55. Closing. Narrator. Slow, reflective. So the next time you think of wars lasting years, remember that history's shortest war needed only 38 minutes, but its consequences echoed for decades. Follow for more strange and powerful stories from the past.